Hello there, everybody. And today for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm reviewing The Way of Invisibility. So this is where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Casey Jones fight a group of invisible ninjas created by Baxter Stockman. And it's a pretty wild episode. We see an angrier Shredder who's mad because he can't find who the turtles are, and Hun's trying to do his best to find out who they are, but that's where Baxter Stockman comes in, and now he's got an eye patch because it appears that his eye has been slit off. So this is the first stage of the gruesome altercations of Baxter Stockman in this show. The more we see him, the more we feel bad for him, but also he's an evil scientist. So maybe not a little too bad, but as the seasons go on, he ends up becoming just a brain and an eye. But right now he lost an eye, and it's quite gruesome off screen for this kind of show. But while that's all going on, the Turtles are trying to practice invisibility, and they keep messing up. And apparently Casey Jones walks in, interrupts, and because Splinter hasn't met Casey yet, he thinks he's an intruder, and he almost takes out Casey until they tell Splinter it's him. And apparently Casey just wanted to hang out with the Turtles, but the Turtles are trying to master invisibility by standing on various poles. But while Casey's hanging out trying to watch the TV, he then later decides to go on patrol with Raphael, and the two encounter the ninjas, who are, I think, robots, who can actually speak, since, the Foot Ninja never really speak in Ninja Turtles. But these foot soldier robots, they actually look really cool. They're probably meant to sell toys, but that's okay. They look super cool. I like the blue, the armor they're wearing, and the double swords, and they look very robotic. But the Turtles Raph and Casey both fight these two robots, and if things go wrong for the two, as they're also encountered by the Purple Dragon Gang, and Raphael is knocked out, and Casey's also knocked out and beat up by the goons, and the two footbots end up taking Raphael away, all the way to Hun, who is going to interrogate Raphael. And the only evidence they really have is this little eyepiece, the orange eyepieces they use. But Casey wakes up, and he's able to trick the Purple Dragons into thinking he was unconscious, and he ends up getting away with the eyepiece while Raphael is in some warehouse of Hun, and Raph is just not having fun at all back there, and he even calls Hun his mama, which was funny. But Casey returns, and he gives them the news that Raph has been taken away, and he's frustrated that he got beat up and he couldn't save Raph. But the Turtles try to track down where he could be, and they were also still mastering invisibility, but Casey interrupts it again. But they find where he is once Raph actually does escape. He tricks Hud, and he ends up escaping the little trap thing he's in. He's able to take his turtle shell, his cell shell, whatever you want to call it, and he escapes, and he meets up with the Turtles and Casey, and they decide to meet up with the footbots in the sewer area. That's what happens, and they end up putting on these goggles that help them see where the ninjas are, and it leads to a big battle in the sewer. And it's a pretty entertaining fight. Leo's able to take out a whole group of them. Same with the other Turtles. But they end up getting ambushed by a whole group of them. And it almost thinks they could be surrounded until Mikey is secretly hiding on top of the sewer. And he ends up helping them take out the rest. But because of Baxter Stockman's failure, he's going to get further punishment by the Shredder, who's even more mad that he failed. And Hun ends up getting away with failing to catch the Turtles. But this episode was really good. I liked the ninja stealth robots. I did like some of the action. and the dynamic between Casey and the Turtles, Splinter, which is really nice. It was also cool to see more of the aggressive side of Shredder. Overall, this episode is probably an 8 out of 10 for me. I think the next episode is the Angel episode, where we meet her, who was part of the Purple Dragons at first. I can't wait to talk about that episode for sure. But I also saw this episode on like the Christmas DVD of the show. It was randomly on there. Like, they just threw in a bunch of random episodes that could be related to Christmas, even though this ain't a Christmas episode. The Christmas episode isn't later in season 3. But felt like bringing that up. But overall, this is definitely a good episode for sure. So a lot of good line deliveries for sure. Like I said, I don't think I got anything else to say. But I'm excited for the rest of this show to keep on getting better and better as it goes on. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.